Migrants, come outside though. They are about to do a strong thing. Hey, indefinite leave to remain from 5 years to 10 years. Citizenship, hey, from 12 months to another 5 years is equal to a total of 15 years. Oh my goodness. I think that this is absolutely ridiculous. According to Kemi Badenoch, who is a conservative political leader, she believes that the current immigration process of getting your indefinite leave to remain, which is your permanent residency status in the United Kingdom, which currently takes you about 5 years after you have lived in the UK. She thinks that this should be increased to 10 years. And she also thinks that then you need an extra 12 months to get your citizenship status. She thinks this should be increased to another 5 years, giving you a total of 15 years before you can claim the permanent citizenship status. In this video, I want us to look at this policy. What do you think about it? Do you agree with it or do you disagree? Or are you in the middle? What do you think about it? In my own opinion, I honestly think that it's so unnecessary to elongate the process. I mean, why are you increasing the years? What's the reason? You haven't given us a logical reason. Anyway, this is what we're going to be looking at in this video. We're going to be looking at the recent announcement around immigration process that is leading to your citizenship in the United Kingdom, and the proposals from Kemi Badenoch. So stay with me. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a first-time viewer, my name is Nurse MJ and I'm a nurse coach and a content creator. I create content around nursing, lifestyle in the UK, and I share useful updates like this one, okay, or recent updates. If this kind of content interests you, kindly subscribe to my channel and turn my notification bell on. If you're a returning subscriber, alpha. You're welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at the recent announcements from Kemi Badenoch, a conservative political leader, relating to immigration process, most especially the process of getting your British citizenship status. So she has made some policies. Some of them I agree with, some I do not agree with. I mean, some of them I found brilliant. I think they're good. But some of them I do not agree with, most especially the part where you have to wait 15 years before you can become a British citizen. What is the reason for this? Why does it have to be longer? Why can it not be shorter? Yeah. And Kemi, just a little background story about Kemi. Kemi Badenoch is a Nigerian by birth. Yeah. I'll say. Yeah, and she's a brilliant politician, of course. She grew up in Lagos. She is an immigrant herself. She grew up in Lagos, came back to the United Kingdom as an immigrant. So she is an immigrant herself, and as such I believe that she should be trying to make life easier, things easier for immigrants, and not tighten things like she's saying. Of course, she has some really good points around immigration, but at the same time, this specific one regarding the ILR and citizenship status, regarding that process being longer, is what I do not completely agree with. And I think I really want us to have this discussion. I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think it's fair? Do you think I'm being dramatic? And please, I don't want us to panic. Yeah, these are just proposals. Anyway, let us look at some of the big points, yeah, that is flying around on the internet, that everyone is going gaga about, that she recently talked about. So on the 5th of February 2025, Kemi Badenoch proposed significant changes to the immigration process. The first one is extended residency requirement for the indefinite leave to remain. So at the moment, the qualifying period before you can get your indefinite leave to remain status is 5 years. That's after you have lived in the country for 5 years and some other, other criteria, like, how long you stayed outside. In total, you just need at least 5 years. Then you can apply for your indefinite leave to remain in the United Kingdom, which is your permanent residency status. It says that you are now a permanent resident in the United Kingdom. For those of you who don't know, I recently got my indefinite leave to remain, and I think that's why. And it was an expensive process. This process is expensive. Yeah, a lot of people find it so expensive, especially if you're applying at the same time for your children, your husband, depending on your family. Some people, I think I spent roughly £3,500. Some people spend 12,000, 10,000. It's a lot. So now you're not looking at cutting this cost for us, giving some family discounts or reducing it. You are looking at other things. I just don't get it. So this extended period usually should be 5 years. She wants it to be extended to 10 years. So before you can get your indefinite leave to remain, she wants you to have lived in the country for 10 years. Please, how does this make sense? Because I don't get, why should it be longer? What is the reason why it should be longer? Can you give us the reason why you think it should be longer? Why can it not be shorter? Why? I mean, sis, you're an immigrant. Why do you want it to become more difficult than it already is? Because the reason why I don't want it to be longer is because when you have your indefinite leave to remain, you have access to a lot of things. You have access to public funds. You have access to some childcare benefit. Is a whole lot, universal credit, a whole lot of benefits before you even become a complete citizen. And I think that every immigrant that's come into the country, have contributed to the growth of the economy in one way or the other. They pay their taxes, they're doing the job, the country continues to stay relevant. And I think they should even make things easier by reducing the number of years, not increase it. People have been leaving the country, relocating to other countries. You're not looking at why people are leaving this country, but now you're trying to make things even more difficult. I don't think it's a very nice move. I don't think I agree with this one. The second one is benefit and social housing restriction. So according to people who have access certain public funds or public benefits, people who have access social housing should be barred from getting indefinite leave to remain. I think I agree with this one, because a lot of times they tell you that on your visa it's stated that these are your restrictions, you have no access to public funds. So it's your responsibility to find out, when everybody say, oh, get this thing, get this benefit, this thing is free, this is that, this is that. It's your responsibility to research if it is a public fund or not. So public funds are literally something, benefits that people who have permanent residency status would normally have access to. So before you gain access to certain benefits that is flying around, you need to do your homework to know if this is a public fund. So you don't just apply for everything. So in my opinion, I think I agree with this one, but still, let me know what you guys think. Number 3, economic contribution and conduct criteria. This is another policy that she is proposing. So according to her, a lot of people come into this country and they do not exactly add any benefit to the country. I don't know if you understand what it means. So it means that some people have just come into this country and they have not come to add any benefits to it. And also she wants them to critically examine criminal status for applicants. And this is a normal criteria. It's a very common criteria, because before you apply for a lot of things in this country, they check your criminal status. So I think I do agree with that. The part that I do not completely understand, and maybe that's why I do not agree with it, is the economic contribution. Because to the best of my understanding, majority of the population pay taxes, especially if you're working. And if you have approved a visa for someone, it means that you have seen that they deserve the visa. Okay, you have seen that they will contribute to this economy one way or the other. So how else do you want people to prove that they are contributed to the economy, other than they're paying their taxes, they're working, they're being good citizens? How are we going to show this part of the criteria? That's why I do not completely agree with this one. And lastly, she has proposed that the citizenship application timeline be increased. So once you get your indefinite leave to remain status, which is a permanent residency status, that's after 5 years of living in the United Kingdom, another 12 months, it takes another 12 months for you to then get your British citizenship. Now she wants this timeline to now be 5 years, from 12 months to 5 years. Auntie Kemi, why? Why now? What's the reason for this one? I do not agree with it, because I don't know why it has to be longer. What are the implications of these policies on immigrants if they get implemented? I think that this is going to have massive impact on immigrants staying in this country. People would want to leave. A lot of people already, they come in and they see that things are not the way they want it, or the way they have said it, and they go back to their country. Some relocate to other places. So I think that they should carefully look at these policies, look at the pros and the cons, look at the implication, because if people are leaving massively, if people begin to leave massively, it will affect the economy drastically. And that's when you will know that immigrants contribute a lot to this economy. I think they should carefully examine this before they pass it on. And I don't want you guys to panic, because this is a proposal. Okay, it has not been approved by the parliamentary yet. They still need to review it. It has not been enacted. Okay, so I don't want you to panic. It is a proposal, and to be honest, I am hoping that it does not pass, especially the part where you have to live in the United Kingdom for 15 years. This will be the end of this video. I just want you guys to drop your opinions in the comment section. What do you think about this? Do you agree with it? Which part do you agree with? Which part do you disagree with? And generally, what do you think about the entire policy proposals? And if you found this video useful in any way, or if you like this update, kindly click on the like button. When you do that, YouTube will do its magic and recommend this update to other people like you to watch. And if you like this sort of content and the kind of content I put out, subscribe to this channel and turn my notification bell on, so you are the first to get notified when I share a new video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Take care.